Alright guys, TouchCo here back again today. Hope you're enjoying your Monday so far. Today I wanted to talk about this Challengers Cup number 2 that happened this past weekend. Very interesting finish to the weekend, especially in the North American region. Parasite cannot seem to get himself out of the news right now, but definitely worth discussion, and also some of the follow-on to talk about. Of course, a lot of these players right now looking for spots in the Pro League, whether this year or next year. This was the Challengers Cup number 2. Since we've gone to online, we've had the Dallas Home Series, Challenger side, and the Pro Series. We've had the Challengers Cup number 1 2 weekends ago, or yeah, I think 2 weekends ago. Then we had the Chicago Home Series last weekend, and also the Pro side and the Amateur side, and now we have the Challengers Cup number 2, which is what this is. More Challenger stuff coming up this coming weekend as well. So a lot of Call of Duty being played right now. We'll get into the action. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always. Let's hop right into things then. Firstly with the APAC region, ANZ, that being Renegade once again come out on top over Mindfreak. I don't think anyone was really surprised by this. They have been dominating this region for quite a while now, and in the European region, Team War come away with it. Let's not forget Singularity won both the most recent events when they were in their boot camp in the States. Now they are back in the European region, so impressive from Team War to come out and beat them. Supposedly their internet in the UK isn't quite as good. Chain has some internet problems with BT and stuff like that, but then again I think Denzo or maybe PT was saying the same thing about Virgin Media, so might not be great for either players, but impressive for Team War to come up with this victory, especially given how good Singularity have been so far this season. But it was a very close one. It went really far down to the wire here, as you can see from the bracket play. All relevant links down in the description box below. But Team War beat out Singularity 3-2 in the grand final in the ends. They beat them twice in game 5, once in winners final, and then they rematch in the grand finals as well. But yeah, some really close series through the entire weekend. Team War and Team Singularity, of course, War with Dave on it. We know how good he's been over a number of years. Vortex here says picking up pain onto the team has, done really well for them as well on this Team War squad. So it'll be intriguing to see. Hopefully the league expands next year. There's been some talk recently about going back to 4v4 and stuff. Maybe we'll discuss that in coming days or at the end of this video. But look, realistically, I don't think that's going to happen, but hopefully we can expand the league maybe up to 16 teams or something, and then I'm sure a lot of these guys will get their spot. Singularity, Team War, there's a lot of great players on these teams right now, and if contracts weren't such a muddle and such an issue, and the online scene making it more excusable to have poor results, I'm sure a lot of teams would be targeting these players, and may well do in the coming months. And as Bid says here on Singularity, EU Amateur CoD at an all-time high, hashtag give us 50%. I think maybe what he's talking about here in terms of prize pool, the European region, as we can see right here, is a $20,000 US dollar prize pool over the course of it, but in the North American region, they have $25,000. But let's go on to that here. Thought this was a funny tweet just from Saint before we get into things then, saying that why is Haggy blocking his entire screen during the S&D? You notice a lot of these players block out their mini-maps, they don't reveal strats. Came kind of popular back in the World War II days where people really started to take things more seriously. But, why is he doing that when the CDL YouTubers streaming the match from Codcast to POV with the mini-map on there anyway? And Parasite's like, I forgot, man. And this is from earlier on in the bracket here. Just want to introduce this Fire guy, because I hadn't really heard of this guy before this tournament, but he put on a show, to be honest, this weekend, and this is one of the clutches that he pulled off. Just wanted to put this on screen right now.
Bomb planted on Bravo. Defuse it.
So this was in the earlier rounds up against UYU, and they win that in the Game 5 fashion on this Get Busy team. Of course, that's Profizi's motto, if you guys haven't heard that before. So he was, of course, also on this team. This is what the bracket play looks like. So it is what it is, was the team name for Parasite, which I think is what he said after this whole drama went down. If you guys didn't hear about it, the video link will be down in the description box below, when Parasite last weekend was DMing his teammate's girlfriend mid-series, that being Zaptius. Parasite since got replaced on the WestStar team that ended up winning this weekend by Gintroid, and now Parasite's trying to put together another squad, and I think he tweeted at the time, it is what it is. So they lose in the, well, winners round 4, then they go down to losers, and end up, well, getting bested in, well, they get bested in the losers finals, I suppose, and then get bested in the grand finals as well. But this is the interesting series. It is what it is. That's Profizi's team, well, Get Busy's Profizi's team up against Parasite's team, and this is really the series where things went pretty wild. So overall, Parasite's team comes third, Get Busy and Co come second, WestStar take down the victory, and you can see a lot of notable players here, you know, Nagafin Royalty, Felony, for example, players that have been in the Pro League in the past, could well make it back there in the future. But a series to talk about is this one. As Exotic says here, GG's Haggy and Kobe 1-3-2. That was the best series I've played in this game. Of course, Exotic, really reputable player, the Evil Geniuses team in previous seasons, Lightning Pandas, like he's been right up there with the pinnacle of professional play. This season just didn't get his chance, but as he says, the best series I've played this year, 60-point Dom comeback and a round 11, game 5 they end up winning. Let's hop into this real quick then. So wanted to share the clip on screen, but just to share the situation. So we're 2-0 up in the series. Our Parasite's team, it is what it is. First couple of maps relatively comfortable, especially the Search and Destroy. Then we go into map 3, 140 to 93 on Get Busy, 2.5 minutes on the clock. That means if you hold a 2 cap to 1 cap advantage, every single minute you will gain 12 points. You'll get 24, they will get 12. So every minute you get 12 points back on your opposition. That means you're only going to get 30 points back over 2.5 minutes of a 2 cap to 1 cap. If you have a 2 cap to 0 cap and you manage to keep them off the flags entirely, then you will just about be able to win this. But it's very difficult in this position. Like it's not mathematically impossible by any means, but it's very rare to see a comeback like this, and as you can see at the bottom here, they do manage to bring it back. So I'll share the video on screen. Really impressive clutch factor from Get Busy on the whole. They just spawn trap the hell out of it, is what it is, over at that C flag. And yeah, this Fire guy, once again, being 9-16 up here, he goes off towards the end of the game. Huge couple of kills around the B flag, and they hold on for dear life at the very end.
Underneath a 30-point game, Pentagram for 2 will again continue to make progress here at C. Parasite's the only player here, and now you actually need to take a look at Fire. He's got the most important role to play. He's the solo player on the A and B side of the map. This is all an engagement towards C, and if it is what it is, doesn't read this, they might just keep getting spawn trapped. So there's very good potential as we get to 50 seconds. It's only a 20-point game, and the full capture's still in play.
Get Busy with the trip cap in. Oh, it is what it is. Was trying to contest his C flag, but unfortunately they died. Parasite, he has nothing he can do. Get Busy. If they get this comeback, Chef, I don't know if my heart can take it, man. They're doing such a great job right now by not giving up, still keeping their guns up, spraying through the smoke, and stacking up kills.
We're at 60 seconds of full capture. I have never seen it at this level of play. It's a 2-point game, and there's still going to be 2 flags held by it is what it is. It's going to come down to the last second. It's going to be an A and C hold for Get Busy. They're making progress at B. It goes neutral. 10 seconds left. The man favors Get Busy. They're going to get the full capture, and it is what it is. Will allow a 60-point differential to be made up in the better part of 2 minutes.
So with map 3 over and done with, then the game 4 Hackney Yards hardpoint was pretty comfortable for Get Busy. Then it was a game 5 Piccadilly, went all the way to round 11. I don't think it was on stream. They went to a break or something. I didn't exactly quite get to catch it, but you know, they win the round 11, do Get Busy, knocking Parasite's team out of the tournament. So pretty crazy. Probably one of the biggest comebacks, biggest chokes you could argue that we've seen this entire year. Yes, it's amateur stuff. Yes, it's online, but at the same time, it's an unbelievable domination comeback, closing it out with a game 5 round 11 to complete the reverse sweep. So pretty unlucky for Parasite and the team, but you know, as he says here, regains pretty quickly. Got reverse swept for top 2. We trolled, but all good. We teamed for 4 days before this tournament. Proud of how we played, and Zaptius, of course, the drama between them went back to last week. Challengers Cup number 2, $25,000 even. North America champs with Hazma Frosty, that's Glow Frosty. Spoof Awakening, Gintroid didn't drop a hard point. Congrats guys, you were undeniable this entire weekend. And I thought this is a pretty funny follow-up tweet from Parasite. He always tweets this like late night stuff, which I just find very entertaining. Don't think anyone's CoD game sense is as unique as mine. Just hit me how different I see things than most other players. I've seen your game sense, my brother. and I don't like it sincerely. But yeah, so some pretty entertaining stuff here from Parasite on Twitter, and some people were talking about on the Reddit, like, what's the difference between Parasite over these years and the position Karma is in? Like, looking back to that Black Ops 2 Furico Impact World Championship winning team and saying, look, Karma was on the team. It was, if you guys don't remember, it was Karma, the first world champion, alongside Parasite on that squad at the time, Killer, and Miracles. And what was the difference between, like, where Karma's career went and the rest of those guys? Because, yes, Karma was the most talented player on that team at the time, considered maybe the best player in the entirety of Black Ops 2, but the rest of his squad was also very good. Killer, known as like an S&D clutch master, I suppose. He did win the 1v1 against Proofy to lock down the entire world championships on Meltdown, Search and Destroy. But Parasite was very good. That was definitely Miracles' best game as well. And people were talking about what's the difference, right? Because, of course, Killer and Miracles are not really still playing at a relevant level. Like, it's been a long time since that been the case. I guess Killer, the Black Ops 3 days on that Dream Team lineup was really the last time that he was a relevant force. But Parasite is still maintaining relevance, I suppose, but not on a professional team as he has done. People are asking the question, right? What's the difference between Karma's and Parasite's career? Could it have gone a different way? A lot of people would argue that skill is part of the factor. Karma may be more skilled player overall, which I think it is difficult to deny on the whole, but at the same time, more people pointing towards like maturity and connections and bridges and these kind of things. And it's interesting to see how small differentials like that can make such a drastic impact on people's career on the whole, and how things have gone since they won the Black Ops 2 World Championship back in the day. But on the back of this tournament, I wanted to talk about these, well, the top 7 best Call of Duty players not currently on a CDL team. So Deserto comes out with this, and this is a very difficult article in my opinion to agree with. So the top 7 they go for here, author Joe Craven on this one says Nagafen, Dave, John, Fellow, Parasite, Fighter, and Exotic are the top 7, which, you know, obviously these are all reasonable names. Like, Nagafen's been in the Pro League for a fair bit of time, but, you know, he's never been like a real top tier pro. I think there's players that are more skilled than him, frankly. Dave is definitely a good mention for me on this Team War squad that's doing very well. He was a very, very good pro back in the Infinite Warfare days. Had a more difficult time since then for sure, but, you know, arguably you could pick him up to a pro team. At the same time, it's difficult to find a role for a main assault rifle type player. Much more easy to go onto a team if you are a guy like, for example, John, but the rumor has it that he's banned for this season, should be coming back next season. But, you know, if he is allowed back next season, to our understanding, then it's almost certain he will slot into a Pro League team very, very well indeed. Definitely John, the best player on this list, I would say. Felony's also another player to mention. You know, at the same time, he's been doing relatively well on the amateur side, but he was never an unbelievably talented pro player, in my opinion. He was very, very unpredictable, but, you know, he still had what it takes to, you know, get up there in events, and I think he won some events back in the Black Ops 3 days on the Rise Nation squad. Or was he on Elevate at the time of the year? It was Elevate, the Elevate team that did kind of well, at least got to grand finals and stuff like that, but, you know, never really got over the margin. Then he was on the United squad. Parasite's a pretty good mention as well, but we've spent the last couple of minutes talking about him. And then we've got Fighter from the Australian region, the guy who, you know, wasn't quite picked up to the Paris squad, I guess, missed out, I guess, as one of the Australian guys. And Exotic, a decent pick as well, but just mind boggles me really that there's no Singularity players on this list. Clearly right now the best amateur team in the world, I would say, you know, beating up the North American region when they were over there, now back in Europe, mixing it up with War. Arguably those are the top 2 teams right now. To have no one on Singularity, like no Emigrant Chain, nothing like that is a miss in my opinion, but I am intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. So like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new as always. Thanks for watching, stay safe, I'll see you next time.